Hey, so I decided that I would do the new releases, new number ones coming out from Image, DC, and Marvel in July 2024. Okay, let me just turn the lights on. It's darker than I expected. That's better. Okay, so we'll look at Image first because why not shake it up a bit? Ooh, be rebel. So this is the cover for Image's releases for July. So you might see a familiar figure if you're um, an Image fan from the 90s, early 2000s. So first on the docket is one second. I just want to quickly check on something. Yeah, oh, that's good. I just like how Image have laid out. Yeah, so first on the first release is Witchblade. So it's finally come back after quite a shadow. Yeah, after quite a long time, Witchblade's coming back, but it's got a new writer, and I'm really pleased about this because she's a solid writer, and it's Marguerite Bennett who's writing it. She did Animosity, Batwoman, and DC Bombshells. And the artist on it is Giuseppe Cafaro, who's done work for Suicide Squad, Power Rangers, and Red Sonja. So Mark Silvestri, of course, it's his character, his baby, so he's overseeing the running of the comic. So first issue is 48 pages and only $4.99, so that's good value. So they've got the sensibility of the classic style Witchblade, but they've kind of like made it more with modern day aesthetics as well. So like the TNA cheesecake kind of thing's gone away quite a bit. So yeah, I definitely will be checking that one out. So yeah, it's ongoing. First issue, 48 pages, $4.99. And after that, there's a 5 issue series from Chip Zdarsky, art by Rachel Start. And it's a 5 issue miniseries called The Domain, 24 pages, $3.99. Pardon me, this is aimed at like teenage upwards. And it says, when three best friends discover a crashed UFO, they also discover technology that gives them incredible abilities, but there's a catch. Only one of them can use the powers at a time. Can their friendship survive the power's temptation? In the pages of Image's Eisner-winning series, Public Domain, Sid Dallas and the team at Dallas Comics reimagined their classic character, the Domain, for a new audience, and this is that comic. The special series written by Chip Zdarsky with amazing art by Rachel Start and Erin Angelini. Justice League Last Ride is a classic superhero story for those in fresh and a fun meta story for readers of Public Domain. Oh right, so it's kind of like tying into the Public Domain comic what Chip Zdarsky's done about the creative process of being a comic creator. So yeah, very meta. So that's the cover. Public Domain, if I can remember, I think I kind of drops off on that one. I've dropped off quite a bit of Chip Zdarsky's stuff recently. I am enjoying Avengers Twilight, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, anyway, that's out. 5 issues, $3.99. This one I'm really excited about. It's called Free Agents. First issue looks like it's an ongoing. 48 pages, and I love Image. 48 pages, $3.99. That's so good. And it's written by Kurt Busiek and Fabian Nicieza, however you say it. So yeah, two solid writers. It's called Free Agents, and it's an all new ongoing series. It's run by Stephen Moon, who did Half Past Danger. I'm not familiar with that. And it introduces a team of young veteran survivors and a massive intergalactic war. The characters are called Salvo, Pike, Katara, Shakti, Ridge, Maraud, and Chalice, and they've fought every day of their existence and won a terrible victory. Now they're stranded on Earth, free agents for the first time. Okay, that's kind of like got a vibe of Micronauts, the little teeny tiny people who they've got a omnibus coming out soon, but instead of full size. But aliens on Earth. So yeah, that could be interesting. I'll give that a shot as well. Oh, stop it, Image! I can't afford everything. There's a And I think that's it. There's a one shot, but it's a hardcover, Heretic by Robbie Morrison and Charlie Adlard. 120 pages, $24.99. And this is a. It says it's Sherlock Holmes meets the Name of the Rose, so it's a historical mystery set in 1529. But quality team on it. Robbie Morrison writing, art by Charlie Adlard. That's the cover. So there we go. Just thought I'd give that a little shout out. Then there's a 5-issue miniseries. I'm not interested in this. I'm not a big fan of Tom McFarlane. I know a lot of people gush over him out, and I don't think he's a good writer at all. I think he's very hammy, still stuck in the 90s mentality, but people love him. It's not written by Tom McFarlane, but it's his creation. It's Spawn kills every Spawn. I have no interest in stuff like this, but it's got a market for it. It's gimmicky. It's going to be wild and wacky. 5 issues. Price is very good, of course. $2.99. It's what happens when you find out you're not the only Hellspawn. What if you also find out that you're not the coolest Hellspawn? Easy, you kill them all. Okay. It's written by John Layman, who's good. Art by Rob Sketchcraft Dwellers, but again, I've no interest. There's a one shot coming out, 32 pages, $3.99. All the Things We Didn't Do Last Night by Maria Lovett. It's a sexy one shot, apparently. I'm not a fan. I've tried her Boom comic, what she did, and it was okay, but it was bugging me. It was depressing. She's just too angsty for me. I'm not a big fan of angst. I'm not a teenager, so, but I know she's got a market. So he's a hitman. They fall in love. Blah blah blah. One shot, $3.99. There's another one shot, Impact Winter, which is based on a not a podcast but an Audible series, drama. They've done a few one shots. So it's 40 pages, $4.99 by Travis Beecham, art by Sumie Kegson. So it's about vampires. I think I've got the Audible books. And that's it for Image. So I'm just going to pause it and we'll look at DC. Okay, so we're going to look at DC. So DC's got quite a big month. There's a big event. And there's a landmark comic, so there's going to be a Batman 150, so we'll look into that as well. Yeah, so this is the cover for DC Connect's releases. That's a hint for the big comic, so Absolute Power arrives. I'm not keen on that lettering, but there we go. But yeah, so Absolute Power. Okay, so let's look into this. So as Absolute Power, it's there's a main comic, I think that's 4 or 5 issues by Dan Mora and Mark Waid, and then there's 2 spin-off series as well. So first is Absolute Power Ground Zero, 48 pages, $4.99, so good price. So this is written by the people who like overseeing the whole event. So it's Mark Waid, Joshua Williamson, Nicole Maines, who's the actress who played Dream, and she's written that Suicide Squad mini, and Chip Zdarsky, art by Gleb Melkinov, Skylar Partridge, V. Ken Marion, and cover by Dan Morris. So that's the cover. So as the DC Universe braces for Absolute Power Blitzkrieg, the key to capturing metahuman powers on planet Earth will at last be unlocked. Bridging the events of Batman, Superman, House of Brainiac, and Suicide Squad Dream Team, this special oversized Ground Zero brings Waller's total dominance to the doorsteps of the world's finest heroes, using the combined might of Failsafe, Brainiac Queen, and the Suicide Squad to do it. Witness years of storytelling culminate, brought to you by Absolute Power series architect Mark Waid and the masterminds behind the Trinity of Evil, Chip Zdarsky, Nicole Maines, and Joshua Williamson. So yeah, it's been building up to this for quite a while now, since the dawn of DC. As I said in my previous review of this week's comics, I'm not the biggest fan of how they treat Amanda Waller. I think it's a bit silly, but here we go. So there's going to be Absolute Power #1 coming out. And that is oops, there's an ad. Just going to pause it. Right, so Absolute Power number one is $4.99, but it's 40 pages, so it's oversized. And this is by Mark Waid, Dan Mora. So those are some of the pages, and that's the cover. And it says DC's epic summer event kicks off with bang. So this is where the three major villains all join together into this trinity of evil. I'm not going to buy this, even though it's got a good team on it. I'm evented out. I'll get the comics what I normally get, and if they fall into this, I'll still buy them. No, what I do find with DC, even if a comic's part of an event, it's still self-contained in itself, so I'm not too bothered about it. But I know there's going to be quite a lot of excitement for it. But even though it's Dan Mora and Mark Waid, I must read it in collection eventually. But I just don't want to get into events anymore. And then there's a spin-off series, Absolute Power Task Force, $3.99 first 2 pages. So it's Task Force 7. This is by Leigh Williams, art by Caitlin Yarsky. This is set in Metropolis. So it's the Metropolis heroes, how they cope with it. And then this is Task Force 7 is 1 a week issues with different writers and different areas of the DC universe. So the next issue, which will come the week after, it's written by John Layman, art by Max Rayner, and that features the Atlantis side of the DC universe. And then number 3 is by Jeremy Adams, Travis Mercer, and this deals with the Green Lantern side and the GSA. So again, $3.99 for those. And then there's Absolute Power Origins, which focuses on Amanda Waller, 32 pages, $3.99 by John Ridley. Can be a good writer, sometimes it can be a bit so-so. Alifa Martinez doing artwork. So this deals with the history of Amanda Waller. I'm not keen on that cover. Is it a photograph? Is it AI? What is it? I don't care for that. So yeah, $3.99, first 2 pages. And then there's going to be tie-in issues with Superman, etc. So I'm just going to pause it because my tablet's playing up. Okay, so it's not all just Absolute Power that are going to be big releases this month. There's also another big release. There's the sequel to Nice House by the Lake, was it? The James Tynion one, and art by Alvaro Martinez Bueno. So there's doing a new series called Nice House by the Sea. Nice artwork, but apparently it's going to be a different set of characters, similar premise, but these actually know what they're volunteering for. First issue is $4.99, 12 issues again, $4.99 and 48 pages, so good value. I got the original collection in digital format, so I must wait for this to get it in digital collection when it gets released in a collection. That was a long way of saying that. Anyway, there we go. There's a original one-shot graphic novel, Joker the World, where it's like what they did with Batman a while ago. I think it's Batman Europa or something. So this one is Joker, but written by different people and illustrated by different people from across the world, all different European and international artists and writers. So that might be of interest if you're a Joker fan, which a lot of us aren't anymore because it's overkill. Then there's from the Vault, DC Vault, Death in the Family, Robin Lives. This deals with the premise that what happened if Robin lived from Death in the Family instead of dying. So it gives it like this parallel universe outcome. And this has got a very good writer, James DeMatteis, and arts by a very good artist by Rick Leonardi. And I think it's going to be 4 issues. I think it's $4.99. Only first 2 pages though, so it's quite pricey. But yeah, it's Rick Leonardi. He's normally a pretty solid artist. So if you want a alternate what if kind of story of that classic Batman story, then that'll be of interest for you. But like I said, I think it's only about 4 issues or something. There's another Elseworlds one. I'm hoping to try all the Elseworlds ones because I do like Elseworlds. Got a lot of fond memories of Elseworlds titles, and I've got some really top writers and artists on it. This one's Dark Knights of Steel, so it's another one in that universe. This is called Olwyn, so I think this deals with like Vikings by the looks of it. And it's got a novelist on it, Jay Kristoff. He's done a lot of fantasy and YA stuff. And the art is by Tristan Crane, I think. Sorry, art by Terson Cons and Riccardo Federici. So Jay Kristoff and Tom Taylor are the storytellers on it, and they're the artists. And the art looks really, really nice. So yes, it looks like a Viking kind of version of it. So it's already quite a chunky month for DC. I think that is it though of the new number ones and standout issues. Oh, there was one, wasn't there? What I said. Um, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. Oh yeah, Penguin ends in this month as well. Penguin 12 is the final issue. It was listed as an ongoing, but I was surprised it was going to be because Tom Taylor doesn't do ongoings very often. So yeah, so that's going to be ending with issue 12. I'm kind of pleased in a way. It frees up my budget a bit, and I have really enjoyed the comic. So I'd rather it go out on a high than kind of like jump the shark and just become a bit bland and middle of the road. So yes, so keep that in mind if you are collecting Penguin. It finishes with issue 12. New team on Action Comics 1067. Gail Simone coming on it with Eddie Barrows doing the artwork. Another 3 issue one, so then there'll be another team after them. So that's worth looking out for. She's so good. Really, really good. One of my favourite writers. Like I said, there's going to be a landmark Batman comic. I think he revealed his Bruce Wayne persona gets revealed, but I can't find the info for it, so forgive me. Right, I'm just going to pause it again because again my tablet's playing. Okay, yeah, the other big news from DC was, like I said, was a special celebratory issue for Batman 150. So it's reached another 150 issues. So this will be $5.99, 48 pages. There's 8 extra pages on it. Says it's a milestone issue featuring art by Dennis Cowan and series regular Jorge Jimenez. When a 2-bit crook uncovers Batman's true identity, he becomes the most dangerous man in Gotham City. Can Batman stop him before it's too late? Does he even want to? Plus an absolute power backup story by Chip Zdarsky and Mike Hawthorne, teaming Batman and Catwoman and the heist of their lives against Amanda Waller. So I think that's it for DC. Obviously, there's loads of ongoing series, but that's like the last of the issue number ones and standout comics, like anniversary celebratory ones. Just scroll through, say, yeah. Okay, so I'll just pause, and then when we come back, it will be Marvel. Ooh, well, don't we love Marvel? You'll find out what I think in a second. Oh, before I do another good bit of news, I mentioned it in my reviews, but Hellblazer's been extended to 11 issues now. So keep on buying it. This is what happened with Green Arrow. Keep on buying it, and with Poison Ivy and with Swamp Thing. Keep on buying it, and hopefully they'll extend it to an ongoing. Okay, bye. I don't know why I say bye because I'm coming back. Oh God, this is why I shouldn't do 2 videos on the same day. So if you're a Marvel zombie, I've gotten back into a bit of Marvel, so I'm definitely not a zombie because I give them a few issues, and what I find with Marvel, there's not enough stickability, or I was trying to think about what it is about the difference between DC and Marvel for me. For me, DC, they don't rely on just having to have continual 6-issue storylines. Sometimes they'll have 2 issues, they'll have 1 issue, like look at World's Finest for example. And they'll keep the same creative teams as much as they can. Whereas Marvel, the creative teams change all the time. Look at Incredible Hulk with the artists all over the place. And they can't do a short story. It's got to be 6 issues or 5 issues. And there's always normally 1 or 2 issues in that storyline where it's unnecessary, it's just flabby filler. And they're just doing it there just so they can get a collection. So that's what it is that I really don't like about Marvel. There we go. I finally realised what it is, what I don't like with modern Marvel at the moment. But I do, like I said, I do like some of the new series. But there's a lot of stuff coming out. First up, obviously, is the new creative teams on the X-Men line. So the first up is X-Men. um, by Jed McKay as the writer, Ryan Stegman as the artist. So there's been a lot of exposure about what the synopsis is going to be. So it says Krakoa is gone, Orcus has fallen, but the X-Men remain always. Cyclops leads because that is what he does. Beast builds because that is what he does. Who's written the bump for this? This is shockingly bad. And for their new home in Alaska, the X-Men raise a flag of defiance. It's very teenagery, isn't it? This mutant business is their business. Join Cyclops, Beast, Magneto if you're American, and Psylocke, Kid Omega, Temper, Magic, and Juggernaut as new forces in the world move into position, battling for the destiny and philosophy of the mutant species. So that basically doesn't tell you anything. There's a lot of just simplistic words. It's almost as if Donald Trump's speechwriter has written that. But I'm going to try it because I do like the creative team on it. But I'm not happy because Marvel, I think the Marvel publisher said in a trade meeting with comic shop resellers and stuff that he realised that Marvel were overcharging the comics, so going to make the comics much more in line with a lot of the other comic companies. Full of shit. It's total horseshit what he said, because this is 40 pages, so that means it'll be 28 story pages at the most, and $5.99, which is ridiculous in this day and age. But they're not going to stop there. There's also another new X-Men title coming out, X-Force. So it's going to have like a different guest in the team, but with I've forgotten his name. Forge being the team leader. It's Jeffrey Thorne doing the writing. I think he wrote that Green Lantern series before the recent series. Marcus Tote on the art. No idea who Marcus Tote is. Again, 40 pages, $5.99. I'm going to give this one a miss. I have no interest. So it's got Rachel Summers, Betsy Braddock, Sage, Surge, and Tank. And the afterbook missions, so yeah, it's just like Special Ops mutant style. This one I might try, because again, I think for the very reason that this one's much more sensible price. What Marvel do? They cherry pick. If it's going to be a big name creative team or a big name character, they're going to whack $1 on it at least, which you'll find out in a bit when I'm going to have a real rant in a bit. But the one which does appeal to me is Nyx, because it's more like the New Mutants, NYX. So there was an NYX series a while ago. So this is set in New York, and it looks like Miss Marvel's going to be the team leader, because obviously she's now a mutant. So yeah, so she's going to be leading a team. It's written by Colin Kelly, Jackson Lansing, who are very good. Francesco Monterino, no idea. I don't know a lot of Marvel artists because I don't know where they're getting them from, because DC have name artists, Marvel have artists. So yeah, so it's Miss Marvel embrace a mutant life in the neon streets of the Lower East Side, and there's Anoli, Prodigy, Sophie Cuckoo, and Wolverine as well. So yeah, 40 pages, $4.99. That means the ongoing regular price will be $3.99. So I will give that one a try. This one, I'm tempted with, but I'm not a huge fan of the character. I know it sounds scandalous, but I'm not a big fan of Marvel Girl or Phoenix. So Phoenix is getting an ongoing series, but it is going to be a cosmic, spacey one. So I might. It's got a good writer on it. It's got Stephanie Phillips writing, Alessandro Miracolo on art. Again, not got a clue who he is, because it's another unknown who Marvel use, so I don't know. But it's Jean Grey. She's now Phoenix again. She saves the world. She brings. I don't like how the promotion is so basic and so bad. It says that she's Jean Grey, she's Phoenix, she saves the world, she brings death, one woman alone in space, who not only must do what no one else can, she yearns to. It makes no sense, Marvel. What you're putting on your blurb makes no sense. 40 pages, $4.99, so that means again it'll be $3.99 going on. I like the writer, but I don't like the character, so I don't know. This one is where I'm going to rant. Just a warning. You know, people give spoiler warnings, I give rant warnings. I'm going to rant about this one because This is Marvel really taking the piss. So there's Aliens versus Avengers by Essen Ribic, 4 issues, and Jonathan Hickman on writing. Now listen to this. It's a comic, so X-Men versus Aliens. It's 48 pages. It's just a comic. It's not prestige. It's not graphic novel. It's not like Black Label, big format. 48 pages, so that means, in Marvel terminology, minus ads, it'd be about 32 story pages. Hickman, it could even be 24 story pages and loads of graphs and maps and stuff. And they're charging you $7.99 just for the privilege. No. I might get it when it comes out in digital and you leave it for 6 months and they get it slashed down to like £1 and I might get it then, but no comic's worth that. No. That's just ridiculous. So I'm going to have a boycott of one person. So join me on the revolution. Let's boycott that Comics and Marvel, because he says, this is what I'm saying. Marvel give empty promises. They don't deliver. They keep on overcharging. It's like for their hardback books, they call all the hardbacks now omnibuses, even if they're not a true omnibus, so they can whack an extra $50 on. It's not good business practice. I'm sorry. But I am getting a few, and I'm trying to be nicer, but when they do things like this, it just brings back the old, oh, why are you doing this, Marvel? So there's facsimiles, Deadpool #1. And again, for facsimiles, why don't they do what DC do, just charge a normal price on newsprint? But no, so $5.99 for a facsimile. I'm just going to pause it, see if there's any other #1s. Now, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I can show covers. This is why I've left Marvel to last, because I really do I just get so tired of the amount of junk they just sling out every month. They have some gems. They have some real gems, like the Ultimate Universe has some really good solid stories. Spectacular Spider-Man, I adore. I'm loving Avengers, Twilight and Gods. Yeah, fantastic. But they keep on just slinging out stuff upon stuff upon stuff, just to keep generating more money and charging ridiculous prices for it. And here's another one. New Wolverine comic's not come out yet, so instead we're going to do another retro Wolverine. This is Wolverine Deep Cuts. It's by Chris Claremont, who's not the best of writers nowadays. He sounds cruel, because I love the OG X-Men by Chris Claremont, but reading it now with modern reading sensibilities, it's clunky, it's wordy, it's unnecessarily wordy. It's Tom King style almost. But yeah, so this is set in the Outback. So I am tempted, because I do have a huge nostalgia for the Outback Adventures of the X-Men. But do I need it? No. So I most likely won't get it, or if I do, I might just get it digitally. So yeah, so it's set in that 4 issues. Price is reasonable, $3.99, standard size. And then there's Life of Wolverine, 40-page one shot, $4.99. That's his story in chronological order. It's unnecessary, but there we go. Written by Jim Zub, who's a solid enough writer. I'm just going to pause it to try and get the images up. And there's another one shot. It's a what if one. What if Donald Duck became Wolverine? I have no allegiance to Disney. It means nothing to me, but I know a lot of people love Disney. So if you love Disney, if you love Wolverine, if you love the X-Men, if you love paying $4.99 for a standard size comic, buy it. But I'm going to give it a miss. It's by Luca Barbera and Giardi Perzanotto. So yeah, there we go. It's basically, the title explains what it is. What if Donald Duck became Wolverine? There we go. $4.99, just a normal comic. And then I'm just going to pause it, because there's hundreds of Blood Hunt titles. Just bear with me, I'll see if there's any #1s. Still scrolling through the whole sea Blood Hunt titles. If you're buying old Blood Hunt titles, fair play to you, but you're gonna have to get a second job or take a mortgage out, because there's hundreds of them. And what really, this is what I'm saying about how Marvel are lying about the prices. So 40 pages for the final issue of Blood Hunt, $5.99, or if you're getting the more explicit one, $6.99. That's a crazy if It's almost like Marvel just think, what random amount should we do for it? But yeah, seriously, fair play to you. If you're into if you really want to embrace the Blood Hunt, go for it. But if you're trying to tot it up every month, it's getting up to about $100+ just for those titles. It's ridiculous. It's quite scary, really, that they're doing that. I don't think it's fair on the comic buyers, because some comic buyers, they've got to buy every title because they're compulsive and impulsive. They've got to have everything that ties into an event, and they're going to be starving for the month just to pay for the comic habit. Yeah. So there's some more one shots again in Blood Hunt. I've just been scrolling through a whole raft of them. So next up is Werewolf by Night Blood Hunt 1, $4.99. Standard size. That's the cover. So it's Jason Liu writing. Never heard of him. Adam Gorham on art. I think I've heard of him. So one shots, but I think in August there's going to be a Werewolf by Night ongoing series. They kind of get red bands, so that means there's going to be a bit of blood in it. And I'm just going to stop because there's just going to. Oh no, it's okay. It's carrying on. I'm just going to pause it because again I'm just scrolling through more and more blood. And when I think I've come to the end of it, there's more that's popping up. Just bear with me. Okay, another one shot for Blood Hunt. This is excluding the ongoing series that they've already got going tied into Blood Hunt. So there's a Hulk one. It's by Philip Kennedy Johnson, Daniels, who I do not like on the Hulk anyway. He's doing the artwork on it. That's what made me stop buying the Hulk. 40 pages, $4.99. Amazing Spider-Man ties in. Let me just keep chugging through. More Blood Hunt. This is killing me. I'm just going to pause it again. I'm going to scream. This is just going to be me pausing every time, just as I'm scrolling through the reams and reams and reams of Blood Hunt material. There's another Blood Hunt new one shot. Like I said, this is excluding the hundreds of ongoing miniseries that they've got going tied in with it. This is Blood Hunt Psylocke by Steve Fox on writing, Lin Yoshi, never heard of it, on art. One shots featuring Psylocke, $3.99. Is it necessary? No. If you are going to get Blood Hunt, all I'd recommend is just buy Blood Hunt, leave the rest, and just get the comics what you get normally, and if they've got a tie-in, just get them. I'm not bothering with any of them because it's just too flabby, it's too much. There's a Laura Kinney one-shots, the Wolverine, Stephanie Phillips writing it. I'm not showing you pictures because it's so much information, like even my tablet can't keep up with it. There's a Black Widow series. I don't know if it's it's a one shot. Why are you doing all this, Marvel? Why are you bringing all this stuff out? Ugh. Venomous, Erica Schultz. This is the cover. I do not like this cover. I don't like this. Almost like it almost looks like an AI generated manga illustration. It's horrible. I know some people like it, but I like a bit of, I don't know, it's just so bland and samey. But that's the cover anyway. It's a one shot, Black Widow Venomous. It ties into the whole Venom stuff, what's going on. $4.99. Seriously, if you bought every Marvel comic this month, I think it's about $500 or something ridiculous like that. Yeah, so Natasha Romanoff, obviously she's the Venom thing now. So, blah, 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 blah. Good spy, works, tools available to her. Most powerful, versatile weapons, blah, blah. Universe, lands in LA, you take it. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. Too much stuff. Too much. This one I am interested in. It's by Jason Aaron, who's now that's become like this freelancer. He's just doing whatever the hell he wants. And there's an 8-issue series by him. And who's the artist? Paul Davison on art. Alexander Lozano on covers. And it's 8 issues, and it's Namor, so Submariner. So I'm tempted with this one. This is what I'm saying. I want to give Marvel a chance, and I will try some if I like the writers. So 8 issues. It says last king of Atlantis, war rages beneath the waves, from the lost cities of the secret seas to the family of my home. I've drunk a full big glass of Coke while I've been doing this because there's just so much stuff coming out from Marvel. It's ridiculous. And now I'm getting dry mouth again. It says war rages beneath the waves from the last cities of the secret seas to fathomless fuck's sake. Fathomless depths where the Elder Worlds, oh, whatever. Stuff happens, Atlantis, blah, 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 punchy, fight, 8 issues. Jason Aaron, good writer, 40 pages, $4.99, so next issue will be $3.99, so yeah, get that, that's okay. Whew, right. Again, just got to pause while I scroll down. I think there might be some number ones from Star Wars. Oh, hold on. It pops up. Wait, 1 second. Right, there's another miniseries coming out. God, there's so much stuff from Marvel. Honestly, I've not seen such amounts of stuff coming out from one publisher. Daredevil, Woman Without Fear. 4 issues. It's literally broken my tablet with all the stuff that Marvel's got. It's written by Erica Schultz, Mike Dowling, never heard of him, on art. $4.99, 40 pages, so again, that'll be $3.99 the other issues. Yeah, so it's basically the other Daredevil, so it's Elektra. I wish you'd just bring her back to being Elektra. I really do. I don't like her as Daredevil. I like her as Elektra. Elektra was cool, she was sexy, she was fun, she was vibrant, she had her own personality. Don't try and make her into Daredevil. Why'd you do it, Chip? Why? So, Ultimate Line, there's no new number ones, but I do recommend trying the Ultimate Line. They are a good read. Even though I've stopped Black Panther, it's still a good read, but I just don't need it. Right, I'm just going to pause and see if there's any stuff coming out from Star Wars. I'm getting so tired, it's nearly 40 minutes, and this is the chunk of this video now has been taken up with Marvel. And there's another new series coming out, Spider-Man Reigns, Volume 2, by Carl Andrews, good writer, good artist, doing all the work on it. So there was a series a while ago, so this is like the sequel to it. There's a new Black Cat that appears, so obviously investors will go, oh, gotta get that. $4.99, free, 32, just standard comic pages, 32 pages. This is peak. What is wrong with the Amazing Spider-Man at the moment? This is what Zeb Wells has done to Spider-Man. Why do people still buy the comic? Stop buying. Marvel will realise there's something wrong, and they'll get rid of the team, and they'll relaunch Amazing Spider-Man with a great new team, bring back what we love about Spider-Man, and it'll be great. But you keep on buying it, so they won't do that. Please stop buying Amazing Spider-Man, so they will do it. I'm not saying anything more about it. It's a special. Yeah. I'm just going to pause again. I just want to stop. I want to make some tea now. This isn't fun anymore. This is self-inflicted torture. There's another number one. Giant-sized Silver Surfer, Matt Groom, writing, Tommaso Bianchi, artwork. $6.99 for 48 pages. And it's a giant size, so that means it's just going to be like 20 pages of original story. Cover's even bland. Just like a 22-page normal story, and then there'll be a reprint in the back. Yeah, reprint still sell for $80. So you're paying $6.99 for a reprint and a new story. You don't need really, but people buy it. And I'm still scrolling through. It's not finished yet. We've not even got to the Star Wars stuff. Help me, Jesus, help. Oh my God. And there's another new series. So we've got all the new X-Men stuff coming out. We've got all the new Spider-Man stuff coming out. We've got all the giant sizes coming out. And we've got a new 2099 weekly series called Annihilation 2099 by Steve Orlando. And different artists on each issue. So yeah, it's all the sci-fi characters, but don't give them a 2099 facelift. So if you're into that, then knock yourself out and buy it. $4.99 an issue, 5 issues coming out weekly. Let me just pause it again. Right, there's a bunch of annuals coming out, $4.99 each. For Spider-Man, Miss Marvel, $4.99 each. There we go. I'm just tired now. Then there's Marvel Zero, which collects a load of stuff from free comic books day. So the comics you could have got for free, you can now pay $6.99 for. So there we go. Again, I'm going to pause it. Oh, God. There's a 4-issue Star Wars miniseries coming out, Star Wars Inquisitors, $4.99. 4 issues. Rodney Barnes writing. He's quite a good writer. Ramon Rosanos on art. Never heard of him. So yeah, this deals with Jedi's and Order 66 and the Emperor and groovy stuff like that. It's $5.99. Sorry, fuck me. There we go. Is that? I think. Please, 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 let that be it. No, it's not. Oh, for fuck's sake! I've never sworn so much on a video, but Marvel has done this to me. Let's start with Ashoka. This is like the Mandalorian one, where it's just a straight adaptation of the TV series. $4.99. Yeah, so yeah, that's by Rodney Barnes again, and Steve Cummings on art. Never heard of him. Thing is, on Marvel has so many series now that half the artists I don't know because they've got too many comics, not enough artists, so they are literally getting anybody and everybody, and some of them are bad. Oh, please, 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 let this be it. Okay. I've got thumache from scrolling down. That was ridiculous. Honestly, I've never come across that was just 3 comic companies. I did Image in about 5 minutes. I did DC in about 10 minutes, if not less. Marvel has taken me 25 minutes, if not more. It's ridiculous. Why, Marvel? Why are you releasing so many titles? Why? It's crazy. Honestly, it's given me. I've had a mental breakdown. It's killed this. This episode of new releases has broken me. It really has. My brain's just going blah 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 blah. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know who I am. I don't know what the purpose of life is anymore. It's made me hate comics. Marvel, you've killed me. You've finally done it. You've pulverized my brain. You've pulverized my will to live. So that's it. That's the new number ones for Image, DC and Marvel. I was just checking on that. I'd actually recorded everything, and I have. This video is now 43 minutes. I know that's been just Marvel, basically. Oh. So if you love Marvel, you're going to love this video. If you don't love Marvel, you're not going to love this video. But yeah, I can't even see the most diehard Marvel fan wants to get all those titles. That is ridiculous. Seriously, go on a website like Bleeding Cool or whatever, type in July 2024 solicitations for Marvel, see what comes up, and you'll see what I mean. It's a huge list. I was just showing the number ones, but there's all the ongoing series as well. It's mammoth. It's ridiculous. So with that, I'm going to go. I'm going to get another drink. I'm going to have a lie down and just ponder my life choices. Bye. Bye-bye.